The person who praises your deepest desires today might be setting a trap to control your entire future tomorrow. Their kindness, their understanding, their seemingly perfect alignment with your deepest needs, all of it can be a meticulously crafted facade, an intricate web spun with threads of concealed intent. They aren't interested in connection, they are interested in acquisition. Today, you will uncover the chilling truth behind the Dark Triad personality traits. You will understand precisely how narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy secretly operate to dismantle your autonomy and exploit your vulnerabilities. Recognizing these mechanisms is not merely an intellectual exercise, it is your fundamental defense against profound psychological exploitation that most people never even recognize as it happens. At its core, the Dark Triad represents a cluster of three distinct yet often overlapping personality traits: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. Individually, each trait carries its own unique shadow. Together, they forge a formidable engine of manipulation. Research published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology in 2002 first identified the Dark Triad as three distinct yet correlated personality constructs, revealing that individuals scoring high on these traits share a fundamental disinterest in the welfare of others, prioritizing their own gain above all else. Narcissism manifests as an inflated sense of self-importance, a deep-seated need for admiration, and a profound lack of empathy, often masking an underlying fragility. For the narcissist, the world is a stage, and everyone else is merely a prop in their grand narrative. Machiavellianism, named after the 16th century philosopher Niccolò Machiavelli, describes a personality marked by cynicism, a strategic pursuit of self-interest, and a willingness to manipulate and deceive others to achieve one's goals. These individuals are master tacticians, viewing social interactions as a chessboard where every move is calculated. They possess a cold rationality, unburdened by moral considerations, focused solely on efficacy. Psychopathy, the most unsettling of the three, is characterized by a profound absence of empathy, extreme callousness, impulsivity, and antisocial behavior. Psychopathic traits can range from a pervasive glib charm to a chilling lack of remorse, and they are capable of incredibly destructive actions without experiencing a flicker of guilt. These aren't just labels from textbooks, they are blueprints for control, mechanisms by which someone can systematically diminish your reality. The unsettling part: these traits are not always expressed through overt aggression. Instead, they often manifest as subtle, insidious patterns of influence that chip away at your sense of self, leaving you bewildered and disoriented. You won't hear a declaration of war. You'll feel an invisible fog slowly descend. This is where the true terror begins, when these traits translate into a devastating psychological assault, narcissistic injury, and gaslighting. Imagine a situation. You've offered a mild, constructive critique to a colleague, a completely reasonable, even helpful observation. To someone with Dark Triad traits, especially high narcissism, this isn't feedback. It's an unforgivable slight, a direct challenge to their perceived perfection. This is a narcissistic injury. What follows is not a rational discussion, but a calculated counterattack disguised as an emotional outburst. Before, you pointed out a tiny inefficiency in a team process, confident it would be received as a suggestion for improvement. You believed in open dialogue. After, the colleague unleashes a torrent of veiled accusations, questioning your commitment, your past performance, even subtly implying you're trying to sabotage them. They might even twist your words, making it seem like you were the one who was aggressive or out of line. Suddenly, your simple observation has been reframed as a personal attack from you, and you are left reeling, questioning if you misjudged the entire interaction. Did you really say something offensive? Were you truly out of line? This is the insidious onset of gaslighting, a mechanism so effective it can make you question your own sanity. Dr. Ramani Durvasula, a leading expert on narcissistic abuse, has extensively documented how this pattern operates in real-world scenarios. A partner denies ever making a promise they explicitly gave, or insists an event you both experienced unfolded completely differently. "I never said that," they insist, their voice calm, their gaze unwavering. "You're imagining things again." Or, "You always blow things out of proportion." "Are you feeling okay? You seem a little unstable lately." It's chilling. They aren't just lying, they are systematically undermining your perception of reality. They sow seeds of doubt about your memory, your judgment, your emotional state. They create an environment where your internal compass goes haywire. What they said, what you saw, what you felt, all of it becomes suspect. You find yourself constantly second-guessing, constantly seeking external validation for your most basic experiences. Think about that for a moment. This isn't just about extreme cases you see on screen. This is happening in boardrooms, bedrooms, and even casual friendships where one person subtly, relentlessly, distorts another's understanding of the world. It's a quiet campaign designed to make you dependent on their version of truth. Has this ever happened to you? Has a conversation left you bewildered, unable to trust your own senses? That feeling of unease, that nagging doubt, is often the first whisper of psychological exploitation. Recognizing these dark patterns is your only shield against psychological exploitation. Here are 3 specific ways to defend yourself against the invisible assaults of Dark Triad manipulation. First, focus on the behavioral patterns, not the person's intent or your desire for a healthy connection. Manipulators are masters of disguise, so stop trying to find the good in them or rationalize their actions. Instead, pay close attention to consistent actions. Do their words and deeds frequently contradict? Do they invalidate your feelings repeatedly? Do they react disproportionately to minor slights? When you see consistent patterns of denial, deflection, and distortion, regardless of how charming or seemingly contrite they can be, recognize it as a mechanism, not a misunderstanding. This shift in focus protects you from being drawn into their elaborate emotional traps. You are observing a system, not engaging with a person. Second, employ the gray rock method. This technique neutralizes the manipulator by depriving them of the emotional reactions they crave. When confronted with their gaslighting or provocative statements, respond minimally and factually, like a boring gray rock. Do not argue, do not explain, do not justify, and do not show emotion. If they claim, "You always forget everything," your response might be, "My records show I completed that task." If they try to provoke a reaction, "I understand you feel that way." The goal is to become uninteresting to them, to offer no emotional fuel for their games. They seek chaos and drama. You offer dull neutrality. This is not about winning an argument. It is about withdrawing your energy from their destructive cycle. Third, build an external reality check network. Because gaslighting is designed to make you question your own perceptions, you need a reliable external source to validate your experiences. Cultivate a circle of trusted friends, family, or a therapist who are objective, empathetic, and grounded. Share your experiences with them regularly. Does this sound normal to you? Am I overreacting, or is this situation truly unsettling? Their validation acts as an anchor, preventing you from drifting into the manipulator's distorted reality. This network provides a crucial second opinion, affirming your sanity and helping you to discern truth from deception. You now understand that social interactions are not always what they appear. The polite smile, the seemingly reasonable request, the innocent question, behind them can lie a calculated intent to exploit. Your intuitive unease in certain situations is no longer just feeling paranoid. It is a vital early warning system, a finely tuned instrument for detecting unseen currents of control. You can no longer unsee the patterns, unhear the subtly twisted words, or ignore the shifting ground beneath carefully constructed realities. The world is no longer simply populated by individuals. It is a complex tapestry woven with overt connections and covert manipulations. You see the strings. The landscape of human interaction is filled with unseen dangers, and today, you've glimpsed one of its most insidious terrains. The truth exposed today is just one piece of a much larger psychological puzzle that dictates influence and subjugation. Stay vigilant, keep your perception sharp, and never stop seeking the clarity that liberates you from unseen chains. There are other unseen forces, even more subtle, awaiting revelation. Forces that dictate the very structure of your deepest convictions and desires, shaping them without your awareness. The journey to true psychological autonomy continues.